Do you regularly talk to your spouse or significant other throughout the workday? Or do you wait till you get home at night so you have, I don't know, something to talk about? Or do you call them every time something happens? I don't know. Then you have nothing to talk about when you get home at night. Right? Oh, you're never going to guess just what happened. I don't know. Just wait till you get home. The only time I think you probably do that is if you're on different work schedules, right? Say she works nights or you work days or vice versa. That's the only time you get to talk is on the phone because you don't see each other at home. I mean, I got guys that I work with that are on the phone like all day talking to their wives or girlfriends, whatever. And I'm like, dude, what do you talk about when you get home at night? You're talking about everything throughout the day. You just sit and stare at each other with your dinners. I mean, you don't have anything to discuss. We used to do that when we were younger. I mean, we don't do it now. She's busy. I'm busy. We don't have time to be talking on the phone all day with each other. I mean, I guess if you got a real lackadaisy job and you're bored, but then you both got to have boring jobs for it to make sense and not feel like you're bothering the other person. No, this doesn't mean you don't love your wife, or I don't, by not talking to them all day, because we talk at night.
I understand the sentiment. When we were younger, I would call Renee all the time at work. When I was at work, I could, especially in the winter time when there was just nothing going on and shit like that. So yeah, I would talk to her quite a few times during the course of the day. And as we grew older and got busier at work and had more responsibilities at work, that lessened and lessened. And we spoke to each other at night. I mean, we still spoke to each other from time to time throughout the day. It wasn't like it never happened, but it was predominantly at night at that point in time. When I retired in February of 2018, I was coming off a year 26 in landscaping, year 6 of working for myself, and Renee was like, "Just fucking retire. You're wore out. Just stop." When I retired in February of 2018, I went back to calling her a lot. Wasn't doing anything during the day, and she's the one that encouraged me to do content. She's the one that encouraged me to write my first book. She's the one that encouraged me to start my podcast. And listen, I understand it's partially because she thought I had a story to tell and people might be interested in hearing what I had to say. But it was also, hey, go talk to somebody else about it. You're fucking driving me nuts. I was no longer employed. I was retired, so I didn't have my crew to talk to. I didn't have my customers to talk to, and I didn't have my vendors to talk to. So I would be at home now consuming even more news than ever before. She would come home from work and I would unload on her like she was my fucking bartender. So she was guiding me to have outlets for all of this shit that was rattling around inside my head. So then I did the podcast, started doing content, and then you guys became my outlet during the day. And I spoke to her less and less during the day, and we went back to speaking at night. Now I do this full time. She no longer works. I think we've been 2 years now, a little over 2 years now since she's last worked. And she now works for our company editing my content, right? I do a bunch of videos, hand them off to her, and then she does like thumbnails and descriptions and shit like that, and then hands them back off to me to be able to schedule. So now we work together, but we work on different shifts. So today is a work day for me. I'm making content today. She is at her mom's. Well, actually, her mom's in the hospital. She's at the hospital with her mom. But normally she goes to her mom's and she sews. She quilts to make sure that there's less noise in the house. And then I do content. Then she comes home at night. She'll come home tonight. I'll be done with content and she'll pick up the editing. And so she'll be in her office working, and most of that time I just end up going live on YouTube or something like that. But now we're in this weird dynamic that we don't talk to each other during the day. We're on different schedules, and talking at night becomes spotty when she's in there trying to focus on doing the editing. So I understand the concept, though. Sometimes you just got to save what happens during the day for those conversations at night, because the drudgeries of life don't exactly lend itself to exciting stories.